I'm going to do a quick demonstration for Peardeck and how to create Google Slides and what a final product looks like. So when you have created your Google slide, which I've already done and it already has the Peardeck feature on it, but just real quick, once you, if you don't have Peardeck already, you would have to go to add-ons and search for get add-ons and look for the Peardeck feature, or you can go to Peardeck's website and I believe there's a download there for it as well. But when you're wanting to work on a slide, what you'll do is you'll make the Google Slides all completely the way that you want them. And then you'll click the Pear Deck feature, and it's going to open up a box on the right-hand side of your screen that gives you a bunch of different options. So, for example, on this one, if you look at the bottom of my slide, it says students draw anywhere on this slide. So I use this feature for my guided practice for the students to kind of go along with me and look for details in the story where they can draw on it and work on it. There are other options for you for the different slides. You can make it a multiple choice question. You can make it them choose a number. You can link it to other websites. The draggable feature allows them to like move dots or shapes around and put them in specific categories. Or there's simply just typing or drawing. One of the great features that it does have for being able to differentiate is that you have the ability to add audio to a slide. So for your ELLs or for your special populations, you could add audio, or even some of your struggling readers or students who aren't or might need the audio with also being able to read along with it. You can add the audio to the slide and record it. Another way you can use this feature is to include instructions on the slide so that if they're not really sure what they're supposed to do, they can listen to it to know. Some other great features about it is that they have a whole template. So there are options for beginning of lesson, during of lesson, and end of lesson. And so it gives you kind of prompts and they can come in and they can fill in the different boxes. And so if you look underneath the picture as well, it shows what kind of feature it has. The other part is that down here, you can actually choose a specific grade level content as well and use that to your advantage. So for me, who I teach reading, I could choose compare and contrast, and all of this has editable text boxes on there, so you can change out the information to make it match what you're doing. Once you've built your Pear Deck slides, then you would come in and you would just click Start Lesson. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up a box that prompts you if you would like to do student paced or instructor paced. So if I'm doing this as a full lesson, I would normally start it as instructor paced because you do have another option later to switch it over to student paced mode. So when it's on instructor paced mode, they can only go to the slide that you are on. So if I'm on the very first slide, let it launch. It gives them a code. Along with the letter code underneath it, it also gives them words that shows them, kind of lets them like match the letters with the words. And this is the website that they would go to. So if I'm on here, it didn't start me on the first slide. So whenever it first opens up, this is what they would see. And you can lock their screen so that they can't draw or touch anything. So if you don't want them to click the link yet, it doesn't let them. You can also add a new prompt and like ask them a question in the middle of the lesson. And then if you're ready for them to go to student pace, you click the three dots and go turn on student pace. If the session is over and you're done with the lesson, you'll click end this session, and then it keeps students from being able to get back into the lesson later and change any of their work. For the student way that it looks, their side looks like this. So here's the video. When they click it, it's going to open up a new web page. For what the questions look like, this is a draw screen, so which is why it's like that. But the questions for ABC, like where they can type, it's going to pop up on the side so they can still see their work, and then they'd be able to type their answers. The downfall of this is if you have them doing a written response, it no longer lets them draw on the slide. But there you have it, and hopefully this is a feature or a tool that you'll be able to add to your lessons and engage your students with.